Mr. DeLargy, you're on. That's next. The pledge.
Okay, good evening.
No, wait, Mr. DeLargy. They're telling me I have to do the pledge first.
A pledge?
But
Okay.
please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Just follow the rest. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry about that, Charlie.
No problem. Well, thank you everybody for coming out tonight for this special presentation. I know you really did everything to get here for this budget hearing. But on a serious note, welcome to the people who are being recognized tonight, our younger students. Also, congratulations to the people who are receiving tenure, and also congratulations to the people who are retiring, who are going to be recognized tonight. That was the exciting part of my presentation. Now comes the numbers. And Logan, keep me on track, so if I go off track, you just bring me back. Every budget that we have, we keep the mission statement as our guiding force. That's what we did with this budget here. For more detailed information on a budget hearing, you get to hear the three parts of the budget. For more detailed information, we have it on our website under the business page under budget. So that will show you the presentations for a more detailed approach on all of the other areas that we have that have been contained in this budget. The first part, you have three components: the administrative, the capital, and program. You always want your program, of course, to be the highest, which is 75%. Capital is almost 16%, and administrative is just under 8.5. To give you a breakdown, this is what all of the great numbers come to in the area of administrative. The largest areas that you'll see that will increase are related to insurances that we as a district have to go out and get, and then also employee benefits and salaries. The next area is our capital area, which, even though there's a small number of codes that it comes from, it's a significant amount of money. This is the operation of our plant, the maintenance, benefits for our staff that are related to the workers who are our maintenance workers, custodial, buildings and grounds. And then this is also wherever you have money that you borrow, the TANs, which are tax anticipation notes, and then other contracts or bonds. This is where it comes from. The major increase that you'll see is in the operation of plant. And the last area that thankfully has the most codes is your program. These are all the monies that are put in to support all of the educational programs that we do and the curriculum that surrounds it. You'll see different areas where there's been increases. We have a project in central data processing that we will show that increase. The other part is the teacher salary component. That is an increase, but not significant when you consider this is almost a $12 million piece of the budget. And then also, you have a little bit of shift in transportation from one of the areas where it's related to BOCES now instead of in a regular transportation route. Now, you go to drivers. Our drivers, to reduce the budget, is that we've been paying off our debt on any of our bond projects and our energy performance contract, so that will lower. We've also invested significantly in our facilities and also purchased as much equipment, and there's also been, personnel have decreased expenses. The next part that we talk about is staff development. So what we have done, people in the past have been sent out. Now we have turnkey trainers from our own staff who are doing our staff development lessons, so that has decreased the cost. The increases, you'll always see the words insurance that come up, and transportation. Transportation is an increase in our budget, but I will say, thankfully, the vast majority of our transportation is with Sunrise Bus that we have here, and they are extremely fair, and they work out with our district extremely well. Other districts have had greater significant gains, so we're very lucky. One of the other things that you'll see is this lighting, AC, and classroom shade project. We have a plan that within 5 years, every classroom will have been painted, the lighting will have been changed to more energy efficient lighting, there'll be air conditioning, and then we'll also have the shades changed over the course of that time. Most of these, it's going to be the painting, which takes longer than everything else. That was my time. See, if I go too long, they make other things come up in the presentation. So now, looking at this, what is really provided in our budget? We've been able to maintain classroom size. We've been able to keep all of our offerings that we have in our advanced placement courses and our supports in our special education program. We've expanded the MTSS program into the secondary levels. We've continued with our BOCES program that we've had and our in-house carpentry program. We've been able to expand our E&L, and we've been able to keep our after-school program that we have at the elementary school in grades 2 through 6, and that's academically related. We've also continued with the instruction that we have throughout our coaching position, and then we've expanded a science curriculum that goes to our elementary and then also to our middle school. These are our revenues, and the one thing that you'll notice, we're looking at a 2.97% increase to property taxes that are here. You'll see on the next page what it could have been, because there's what's called a tax levy cap. And one of the areas that we've been able to increase more is our other miscellaneous incomes. That comes from different insurance recoveries, rental of our facilities, pilots, transfer from capital, and tuition that we get that is paid to us from students that come from outside our district. And then we've also been very lucky to have interest on our money that's in reserves that has increased over time. So this is what the proposed budget looks like. It's $46.7 million. The tax levy here is $42.1 million, which is an increase of 2.97. The tax levy cap actually allows us to be $37,000 higher, but with our zero-based budget, that means you have to account for every dollar. We do not need to go up to the levy, so we're under. If you go, we have to show a contingency budget. The contingency budget is $45.5 million, so it would be a cut of over $1.2 million. And the reason for that is, what happens is the amount that the taxpayers pay in a contingency budget remains the same. So that's for the difference. There's be a second proposition that's going to be on the ballot, and we're looking to establish a capital reserve. This is at no cost to you. This is what we do. This is where we put monies if we have additional revenues from our previous year's budget. We put this into a reserve because in the future, if we are going to run with capital projects, you'll hear districts come out with major bonds, which is a huge impact on the tax rate. When you go this route and you have your capital reserves and you plan this way, there is no impact on the tax rate when you use the money from this area. So with the exciting curtains opening up, next Tuesday is your time that you can vote on the budget and the other proposition from 3 to 9 p.m. There are 2 seats that are open on the Board of Education, and there are 2 people that are running for those seats. So again, thank you for your patience. On to the more fun stuff tonight, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Charlie.
Charlie, do you foresee the tariff discussions that the government is having any effect on the budget?
Yeah, anything like that, you might see something if you're having supplies or equipment, your major equipment that you come, but we've done a pretty good job of getting everything in. The shade project that you've seen and the lighting and that's really one of the projects that we move forward because most of those products are made out of this country. So we ended up looking that we're making the purchases now in this year's budget. There was one other part, the foundation aid. That's something with the state. That's a concern that you always look at because the state might cut the amount of funding that you get in a district like this because our enrollment has gone down over the years. It's holding pretty close now for the last couple of years, but it was extremely higher before. The foundation aid was based on that higher number. Now it's a little bit lower, so that's another concern you have.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, John.
And Sean, the carpentry program, I think, was successful this year?
We got it up and running, you know, at a little bit of a loss that we anticipated because we was trying to build the program, but the good news is that we have 10 students, which was the number needed to break even with that program next year.
And it looks like it'll be a positive effect next year?
Yes.
Good. Thank you.
Are the mics working? Because I'm hearing you very well.
Is your mic on?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yep. I'll speak louder.
Okay, speak louder.
I can.
You're up.
What's that?
You're up.
I'm up. There are two candidates seeking board seats this coming year, and we have 2 open seats and 2 candidates. They are Linda Stravinos and Lauren Oka. Announce it. Oh, yeah, that's going to be next. I'm going right into that. Okay. To be a voter in this school district, the qualifications are that you must be a U.S. citizen. You must be 18 years old or older. You must be a resident of the district for at least 30 days. You must be registered to vote in the Mantuck-Cutchogue School District or with the Suffolk County Board of Elections for the general election purpose. Would anybody have any more questions about the budget or the agenda?
If you do, please come up to the podium, state your name.
I think everyone's quiet.
Okay. I need a motion to adjourn the budget hearing.
So moved.
I need a second. All in favor?
Yep.
Okay. Now I need a motion to open the Board of Education meeting.
I make a motion.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Yep.
Okay. I need a motion for the approval of the minutes of May 13th? Yeah. I need a motion.
So moved.
I need a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Yep.
Okay. I need a motion to accept the claims, financial, and treasurer's reports.
I make a motion.
I need a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, and now audience communications for anything that happens to be on the agenda. Okay, moving right along. Superintendent's report.
Okay, this evening, we have students from Cutchogue East who competed in the Student World Language Competition. They're going to do a presentation in just a little while. But I do want to highlight some other happenings that have been going on within the district. Last week, we had students from Ms. Pelzar's TV production class. They had an amazing behind-the-scenes tour of ABC7's new studio in New York City a few weeks ago. The group toured the set of The Kelly and Mark Show, viewed the control room for Eyewitness News at noon, and watched the talented anchors deliver their news and weather reports on set. We want to thank Mrs. Desiderio for setting up this incredible opportunity and all-around wonderful experience for the students that are involved in our WMHS news crew. I want to congratulate Emily Williams and Camille Galdamez, 2 of our Cutchogue East students who have their artwork entered at the New York State Art Teachers Association legislative exhibit. So their artwork is presently on display in the Legislative Office Building up in Albany, New York. So way to represent our art students. This past week we had principal, teacher, staff, nurse appreciation days. I just want to take a moment to thank the PTA and the PTSA for their generosity in providing lunches in all the buildings, and then everybody else that helped celebrate and provide these events for our staff. Last Saturday, our Best Buddies Club members participated again in the New York City Friendship Walk, recently at Chelsea Piers. After the walk, the students had lunch at Margaritaville in Times Square and visited Bryant Park and the New York City Library. So the Best Buddies Club continues to do great things. Speaking of doing great things, our NJRTC cadets recently participated in a Walk of Valor in Southold. It is a 22-mile walk to bring awareness to the 22 servicemen and women who tragically take their own lives each day. So I want to thank them for their participation in that event. We had our high school spring concert last week, where friends and families enjoyed a tremendous performance. Really, it's always impressive anytime our musicians take the stage. Tomorrow night we have our junior high concert here in this room at 7 o'clock. We did have a section of the junior high roof in the stairwell collapse last week from old water damage that had taken place. So we are getting the work done this weekend. That area has been closed off. And if it may go into next week if needed. The stairwell has been closed, and again, insurance is covering this work, but it's we're testing the rest of the roofs in the area. Again, we had a major roof leak 2 years ago, and it looks like it's some residual damage from that. And when we turned on the air conditioning handlers above that, it might have shook it loose. Our 10th grade recently participated in the Holocaust Museum trip. It's coming up actually on May 19th. They are going to the Holocaust Memorial and Talent Center in Glen Cove. So we want to thank the North Fork Reformed Synagogue for supporting this year's trip and making that possible for our students. We have our junior prom is Thursday, May 22nd. The reception is on the front lawn at 6 p.m. and all community members are invited to attend. And school will be closed on May 27th. This is an unused snow day, so it wasn't originally intended to be a day off, but we didn't have any snow closures, so that day will be off. And effective July 1, the Board of Education will appoint student members to the Board of Education as ex officio members. Recommended by Mr. Burke and the committee, a current 10th grader and 11th grader will serve next year, splitting that one-year term. An alternate will also be appointed to serve when needed. So we look forward to their presence to strengthen the work of the board, and at the same time afford the students the opportunity to build rapport with student leaders and be a voice for their classmates. So that'll be a nice change beginning in July. I'd also like to ask the board to participate in a retreat this summer. We have the retreat tentatively set up for a day on Tuesday, August 19th. We will be having 2 new board members, as mentioned earlier, and for this retreat, we've been in contact with the New York State School Boards Association, who will provide and run the workshop. Topics may include roles and responsibilities, goal setting, improving communication, conflict resolution, developing team operating procedures, trust and teamwork, exec session, and open meeting laws. So please let Lisa know of your availability. She'll reach out to you and we'll see if we could set that up. We'd like to get that in place as soon as possible. And in your packets is the list of Board of Education meetings for the 2025-26 school year. As I'm sure many of you have heard, Governor Kathy Hochul has announced that K-12 schools will require bell-to-bell restrictions on smartphones beginning in the new school year. We've been getting some questions from parents about that already. There will be more to report as the state and school districts as we get more guidelines from the state and we begin to fine-tune our policies, and that's work we intend to do this summer. But next, we're going to be recognizing 11 staff members for we always use the term achieving tenure. I like the term earning tenure. I got to say, congratulations to all of you. It is awesome to see such a turnout of family, and as well as your colleagues here to support you. This was a tremendous class, a really big class that we took on, and your impact's been felt already. And I just think the attendance here tonight speaks volumes of the importance of family as well as our school community and supporting and making sure that every one of us is successful. So it really is great to see so many of your colleagues and family here tonight. So I'm going to go up to the podium. I'll start with our first tenure recognition. So I am very happy to be recommending Kelly Urera for tenure as the District's Director of Technology. Mrs. Guerrero began her career in education as a technology teacher in 2009 for the Lindenhurst School District, where she was a technology and woodshop teacher. It was something I was very surprised to find out when I met her that she was a woodshop teacher. In just 4 short years, after her skills as an educator and leader became very apparent, Mrs. Guerrero was tapped by the Lindenhurst School District to serve as their Director of Technology. After 3 years in that position with the Lindenhurst School District, she moved over to the Copeg School District, where she served as their Director of Technology for 6 years. In June of 2022, Matatuckachug learned that our then Director of Technology, Mrs. Daugherty, was retiring at the end of the school year. As a new superintendent, I was a little panicked at losing someone in such a key role for the success of the district. Mrs. Daugherty assured me that she knew a very talented technology director from Up Island that would be very interested in the position. So we went through the interview process with several candidates, but when Mrs. Guerrero met with the committee, I was immediately relieved. She came across as incredibly knowledgeable, competent, and with the right amount of confidence. The summer of 2022, the district suffered a cyber attack, causing us to have to rebuild many of our systems and to put new and cutting-edge safeguards in place. When Mrs. Guerrero arrived in August of that year, she had to hit the ground running and jump in with the team here to get our systems back online and safe to start for the school year in September. She did just that and hasn't looked back since. In her role with the Matatuckachug School District, Mrs. Guerrero has done an exceptional job of ensuring that our staff and our students have the technology resources that they need, that our infrastructure is up to date, highly reliable and safe, and that our libraries are well-resourced, and that the superintendent can work through his weekly technology struggles. She always tells me, just turn it on and off again, Sean. Just turn it on and off. I often finally refer to Kelly as the ninja, as she quietly goes about managing her team, developing a reputation as caring but tough, and embedding herself and sharing her talents with everyone in every aspect of our school community. It is for these reasons that I strongly recommend Mrs. Guerrero for tenure with the Matatuckachug School District. Kelly?
Good evening. I'm here to speak on behalf of Kathy Driscoll, a teaching assistant in our district. She's unable to be here tonight, but I'm still going to share a few words. Kathy is a caring and compassionate teaching assistant who approaches her work with empathy and a genuine desire to help students succeed. Her ability to connect with students and understand their individual needs allows her to foster meaningful relationships that promote growth and confidence. She consistently creates a supportive and inclusive environment where students feel valued and capable. As a team player, Kathy collaborates seamlessly with classroom teachers, related service providers, and other staff members. Her adaptability is evident in her willingness to shift roles, strategies, and schedules as needed to ensure students receive the support they require. Whether it's collecting data on IEP goals, modifying materials, or reinforcing instruction, Kathy approaches every task with a helpful attitude and a strong sense of purpose. Kathy's understanding of the curriculum, combined with her strong communication skills and attention to detail, enables her to contribute meaningfully to classroom instruction and student progress monitoring. For these reasons and more, I recommend Kathy Driscoll for tenure as a teaching assistant. Her dedication, adaptability, and genuine care for her students make her an asset to our school community. Just give her a round of applause. Okay. Next, I have Allison Brookmeyer. If you want to come up and stand with me? It is with great enthusiasm that I recommend Ms. Brookmeyer for tenure in our district. Throughout her time at Cutchogue East Elementary School, Mrs. Brookmeyer has exemplified professionalism, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to student success. Mrs. Brookmeyer began her tenure to our school as an ICT teacher in both 4th and 6th grades, where she collaborated closely with general education teachers to ensure that all students, regardless of ability, had access to high-quality instruction. Most recently, she has taken on the role of a specialized reading instructor, where she provides targeted, data-driven reading support to students with diverse learning needs. Her instructional expertise and individualized approach have had a measurable impact on student growth and confidence in literacy. One of Mrs. Brookmeyer's greatest strengths is her ability to create a safe, inclusive, and supportive classroom environment. Her students know they are respected and valued, and she fosters an atmosphere in which they feel comfortable asking questions, taking risks, and being themselves. This focus on social-emotional well-being complements her academic instruction and allows students to truly thrive. Mrs. Brookmeyer is also an active and valued member of the school community. She has been instrumental in organizing and supporting several school-wide events that promote kindness, inclusion, and school spirit, including PS I Love You Week, Trunk or Treat, and Unity Day. Her involvement in these initiatives speaks to her genuine investment in building a positive school culture. Her collaborative spirit extends beyond the classroom. She has served on both the Cutchogue East Report Card Committee and the Shared Decision-Making Committee, working alongside colleagues and community members to improve instructional practices and policy decisions. Additionally, she regularly volunteers to chaperone school events such as concerts and school plays, reinforcing her commitment to the whole child and the broader educational experience. Mrs. Brookmeyer is a compassionate, capable, and collaborative educator whose positive impact is deeply felt throughout our school. I wholeheartedly recommend her for tenure, and I'm confident she will continue to be an asset for our district. All right, Katie, come on up. Katie Colleen. You guys make me less nervous when you come up here and stand with me, so I will, give and take. It is with great pleasure that I recommend Mrs. Colleen for tenure in our school district. As a dedicated and skilled special education teacher, Mrs. Colleen has made a profound impact on both her students and the broader school community through her instructional excellence, collaborative spirit, and commitment to fostering an inclusive and supportive learning environment. Mrs. Colleen has demonstrated remarkable versatility in her teaching roles, having served as an integrated co-teaching settings for grades 1, 3, 4, as well as special class settings in kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade. Her ability to successfully navigate a wide range of instructional environments highlights her deep understanding of differentiated instruction and child development, as well as her unwavering dedication to meeting the needs of all learners. She is committed to the professional growth and continues to enhance her practice through participation in high-quality professional development. Notably, she completed training in using AI to maximize student potential and differentiating phonics instruction for maximum impact. Mrs. Colleen thoughtfully applies this learning to her daily instruction, demonstrating a forward-thinking approach and a clear focus on student achievement. Beyond the classroom, Mrs. Colleen is an active and valued contributor to our school community. She serves as the student leadership advisor, empowering students to take initiative and lead with purpose. In addition, she co-facilitates the Let Play Grow Club, which promotes social emotional development and inclusive play among students. Her work in organizing Autism Spirit Week and new student welcome tours further demonstrates her dedication to building a school culture rooted in empathy, understanding, and belonging. Mrs. Colleen also makes time to support school events outside of instructional hours. She frequently volunteers to chaperone school concerts and plays, showing her investment in students' full educational experience and her strong connection to the community. Mrs. Colleen is a compassionate educator, a dependable colleague, and a positive force in our district. I wholeheartedly support her for tenure, and am confident that she will continue to be a valuable asset to our students, staff, and school community for years to come.
Carol Martinson, would you like to join me at the podium, please? It is my great pleasure to recommend Carol Martinson for tenure. Carol's journey to this point is a testament to her dedication and excellence. Before joining us, she spent 9 years as a substitute teacher, filling multiple long-term positions. She first became a part of our community as a 5th grade teacher as a leave replacement and had previously completed her literacy practicum at Cutchogue East while earning her master's in literacy. In September 2021, Carol officially joined our staff as a reading specialist and quickly became an invaluable member of our reading department. Carol inspires a love of learning in her students and is a steadfast advocate for their growth. She thoughtfully plans lessons tailored to each student's strengths and needs, always prioritizing their success. Beyond her classroom, Carol's impact is felt throughout our school. Every morning, she greets students with a warm smile at our main entrance. Her face truly lights up, making each student feel seen and valued. She brings to life Toni Morrison's words, "Do your eyes light up when a child walks into the room?" That is what they are looking for. Carol co-leads our Title I open house. She chaperones concerts, school plays, and she shares her instructional talents at Family Literacy Night, our summer reading program, and our extended learning initiatives. She serves on several committees at Cutchogue East and advises our successful 5th and 6th grade mock trial. Carol also brings joy to our staff, organizing birthday breakfasts and sharing her famous baked goods. My favorite are the Ted Lasso biscuits. Carol is committed to professional growth, regularly pursuing courses on literacy, gifted education, autism, and more. She is trained in specialized reading programs that directly benefit her students. In summary, Carol Martinson has exceeded the criteria for tenure through her outstanding teaching, meaningful contributions, and unwavering dedication to the student success. I am proud to recommend her for tenure, and I am confident she will continue to make a lasting positive impact at Cutchogue East and the Mattituck-Cutchogue School District. Congratulations, Carol.
Somebody's happy.
Next, I would like to ask Teresa McNaughton to join me at the podium. It is my great pleasure to recommend Teresa McNaughton for tenure. Teresa is a dedicated educator whose experience and commitment to English language learners make her a strong candidate for tenure. After 10 years of teaching at PS14 in New York City, Teresa joined Cutchogue East as an ENL teacher. In this role, she works with English language learners in small groups and collaborates with classroom teachers to help support these students' academic and language development. Teresa's teaching style is approachable and supportive. She strives to create a welcoming environment where students feel comfortable participating and taking risks with their language learning. Her positive attitude and willingness to work closely with colleagues in both the ENL department and general education classrooms contribute to a collaborative atmosphere and help ensure students receive consistent support. In addition to her classroom responsibilities, Teresa participates in various school events and committees, such as the ENL Open House, Wellness, Climate and Culture Committee, MTSS Committee, and Technology Committees. She also contributes to family engagement activities, including our Family Literacy Night and our Extended Learning Program, demonstrating her commitment to the broader school community. Teresa continues to pursue professional development in literacy and English language learning, including training in small group instruction, digital tools, and trauma-informed teaching. This ongoing learning benefits her students and reflects her dedication to staying current in her field. In summary, Teresa McNaughton has consistently exceeded the criteria for tenure through her exceptional teaching, collaborative contributions, and unwavering dedication to student success. I am proud to recommend her for tenure, and I'm confident she will continue to make a lasting positive impact at Cutchogue East and within the Mattituck-Cutchogue School District.
Is that making any noise?
better. Okay, I'd like to introduce Emma Mursky to join me at the podium. It is my great pleasure to recommend Emma Mursky for tenure. Emma joined our faculty after 4 successful years teaching second grade and serving as a lead teacher at the Charter School of Educational Excellence in Yonkers, New York. Since joining us as a third grade teacher, Emma has brought enthusiasm for both academic and social emotional growth, helping her students become more independent and confident learners and citizens. Emma's classroom is a welcoming space where students feel safe to be themselves and are encouraged to take risks in their learning. She is highly attuned to her students' strengths and needs, providing targeted support while fostering a sense of fun and belonging. Emma inspires her students to see themselves as change makers and models this through her own actions. She once helped find a student's missing dog and regularly leads efforts to support animals in need. As an advisor of our Saving Animals Club, Nature Club, and Let Grow Play Club, Emma empowers students to take positive action in their community. Emma's commitment to our school extends well beyond her classroom. She actively serves on a variety of committees, including wellness, climate and culture, care, report card, and shared decision-making. She is also a regular presence at our PTA meetings. If there is a committee or initiative aimed at improving our school, Emma is always among the first to volunteer and offer her support. As lead third grade teacher, she fosters a collaborative and energetic team environment. A prime example of her leadership is in the Changemakers Writing Unit presentation, where students showcase their learning through writing, speaking, and creative projects, highlighting the power of civic engagement and teamwork. Emma is dedicated to her own professional growth, consistently pursuing development in literacy, math, English language learners, restorative practices, and differentiation for small group instruction. Her commitment to academic and social emotional excellence ensures all students are supported to learn, grow, and make a difference. In summary, Emma Mursky has exceeded the criteria for tenure through her outstanding teaching, her meaningful contributions, and unwavering dedication to student success. I am proud to recommend her for tenure, and am confident she will continue to make a lasting positive impact at Cutchogue East and the Mattatuck-Cutchogue School District. Congratulations, Emma. At this time, I'd like to ask Connor Monastery to join me at the podium. Congratulations. It is my great pleasure to recommend Connor Monastery for tenure. Connor joined our faculty after earning his master's in education from Long Island University, transitioning from a career as a corrections officer to follow in the footsteps of his educator parents. Since joining us as a fourth grade teacher, Connor has brought remarkable energy, structure, and high expectations to Room 109, creating a classroom where every student feels like a valued member of the team. Connor's classroom is known for its welcoming, student-centered atmosphere and sense of fun. He is famous for dressing in costumes and for his Friday afternoon tradition of leading dismissal with music and a Room 109 flag, bringing joy to students and staff alike. This year, Connor welcomed both a co-teacher and a teaching assistant as he took on the role of a general education teacher in an ICT co-taught classroom, seamlessly integrating them into the Room 109 team and fostering a spirit of collaboration. Engagement is at the heart of Connor's teaching. He uses a green screen for student film projects, encourages self-discipline, and models accountability and teamwork. His Bow Tie Fridays invite families and community members to share their careers with students, further connecting classroom learning to the real world. Connor's dedication extends beyond his classroom. He attends student events, supports school concerts and plays, and is a regular presence at his students' sporting events and even dance recitals. He serves on the technology committee and has taught in the extended learning program, and he is looking to take his film projects to the next level as an advisor for a future Cutchogue East club. Committed to professional growth, Connor has earned an advanced certificate in technology and STEAM and has pursued training in areas such as autism, gamification, behavioral supports, literacy, and math. His holistic approach helps students grow both academically and emotionally, preparing them for future success. In summary, Connor Monastery exceeds the criteria for tenure through outstanding teaching, meaningful contributions, and unwavering dedication to student success. I am proud to recommend him for tenure, and I'm confident he will continue to make a lasting, positive impact at Cutchogue East and the Mattituck-Cutchogue School District. Congratulations, Connor. At this time, I'd like to ask Meredith Schultz to join me at the podium. It is my great pleasure to recommend Meredith Schultz for tenure. Meredith joined our faculty after 6 successful years teaching at the Wyandanch School District, returning to her home community with a wealth of experience and a passion for education. Not only does Meredith live in our community with her family, but she also creates a warm, inclusive classroom community for her second grade students each year. She builds strong, meaningful relationships with her students and their families, often connecting with them at community events and demonstrating genuine compassion and empathy both in and out of school. Meredith's classroom is a model of collaboration and care, where every student feels valued and supported. Her high academic expectations and nurturing approach ensure her students are well prepared for the challenges of third grade. This year, Meredith expanded her impact as the general education teacher in an ICT co-taught classroom, while also using her expertise with English language learners to support all students. Her partnership with her co-teacher exemplifies true teamwork, benefiting every scholar in their shared classroom. Beyond her classroom, Meredith's commitment to our school community is notable. She co-advises student leadership, helping guide 5th and 6th graders to become leaders, and even encouraged a welcoming committee for new students. As the director of our school play, she inspires students to shine on stage, showing off their talents. Meredith has also supported student teachers, helping prepare the next generation of educators. Meredith is dedicated to her own professional growth, consistently pursuing courses in literacy and math to refine her instructional strategies and small group work. Her commitment to excellence ensures that all her students continue to learn and thrive. In summary, Meredith Schultz has exceeded the criteria for tenure through her outstanding teaching, meaningful contributions, unwavering dedication to student success. I am proud to recommend her for tenure, and I'm confident she will continue to make a lasting, positive impact at Cutchogue East and the Mattituck-Cutchogue School District. Congratulations, Meredith.
Done now? If I may, I would like to ask Mr. Christopher Strasnetter to come forward. Members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Petretti, I am here this evening to offer my fullest recommendation for Mr. Christopher Strasnetter to receive tenure at Mattituck High School. In the time that I have had the privilege of working with him, it's become abundantly clear that he is a valuable asset to our school community, both inside and outside of the classroom. Observing Mr. Straussnitter, interacting with students is a joy. He brings not only a deep knowledge of science, but also his spirit of curiosity, kindness, and humor that resonates with our students and staff. Conversations with him reveal a passionate educator who was originally drawn to science through a lifelong curiosity on how things work, especially the mysteries of the universe. His academic background in having degrees in both astronomy and physics is impressive, but it is his ability to make these complex subjects approachable and exciting that truly sets him apart. Mr. Straussnitter shared his personal philosophy with me, and that is to never lose a sense of wonder. He instills this mindset in his students every day, encouraging them to remain curious and always question the world around them. His classroom is a welcoming and low-stress environment, one where students feel comfortable exploring challenges, content in physics and beyond. His classroom environment fosters not only academic success, but a genuine love of learning. His colleagues would describe him as approachable, compassionate, and uplifting. Someone who believes that if you can make someone smile, you're doing it right. He leads with kindness, whether he's teaching, collaborating with colleagues, or supporting students. Beyond the classroom, Mr. Straussnitter has demonstrated a commitment to the broader school community. He has served as a 10th grade class advisor. He has generously contributed his time as advisors for the Astronomy Club, Robotics Club, and he is a big supporter of our newly created Chess Club. His involvement in extracurriculars reflects his belief in seeing students as a whole individual. He takes great joy in attending our after-school plays, concerts, and athletic events, and more. To me, it is a rare find of an educator who brings such a balance, combining academic rigor, personal warmth, and school spirit. Mr. Straussnitter has stepped up when the school has needed support, and his contributions have had meaningful and lasting impact on our students and our school culture. It is for these reasons and more that I ask the Board of Education to grant Mr. Straussnitter tenure. We are fortunate to have him at Mattituck. His continued presence will benefit our school for years to come. Thank you for your consideration. If I may ask Mr. James Ridgely to please come forward. Sir. Members of the Board of Education and Superintendent Petretti, I ask again, it is with great admiration and support that I'm here this evening to recommend Mr. James Ridgely for tenure. Throughout his time at Mattituck, Mr. Ridgely has consistently demonstrated not only an excellence in teaching, but a deep personal commitment to success and well-being of every student he serves. Mr. Ridgely is widely regarded by his colleagues as a compassionate educator, someone who treats his students as though they were members of his own family. His classroom presence is defined by fairness, high expectations, and a profound ability to connect curriculum content to his own learning journey. These personal connections fostered a more meaningful learning experience, particularly for our English language learners, students with whom he shares a unique cultural and emotional resonance. Students often describe Mr. Ridgely as lenient, but in the most powerful sense of the word, he brings full support, understanding, and empathy to every interaction, viewing students' personal and academic challenges through a lens of compassion. He's not only a teacher, but a mentor and an advocate. He's always striving to see the whole child behind each student. In both his standalone and ICT co-teaching classrooms, Mr. Ridgely goes above and beyond in building a strong, lasting relationship. I have had the privilege to observe him not only within his subject area, but also in supporting other content areas such as social studies. His willingness to collaborate and contribute outside his assigned responsibility speaks volumes about his character and dedication. Mr. Ridgely brings a global teaching experience that deeply informs his culture responsive pedagogy. He spent 1 year teaching English in Ghana and 2 years in a small island in Micronesia. These formative years were spent in schools with few to no resources, no electricity, no smartboards, no formal curriculum. He described the classrooms to me with dirt floors and impoverished teaching methods, cutting out words from a piece of paper, putting them on the floor for students to form sentences, and then taking the learning into the fields where students applied academic content to growing food for their community. These powerful stories are not just a testimony to his creativity and his resourcefulness, they also reflect a teacher who is deeply resilient and profoundly shaped by his life experiences. When asked to describe himself, Mr. Ridgely chooses the word resilient. I would echo this sentiment without hesitation. His lived experiences, his cultural humility, and his unwavering dedication to his students have made him into an educator of high quality. It is this resilience, coupled with a compassion and insight, that makes Mr. Ridgely not only an asset to our school, but a role model for all of us. With that said, I respectfully ask that the Board of Education consider Mr. Ridgely for tenure. He has more than earned the recognition, and I'm confident that he'll continue to enrich the lives of the students and colleagues for many years to come.
Okay, elementary school leadership report, Ms. Brennan.
Mrs. Brennan will introduce.
Sorry, I just need the password. At least it's coming up. The projector is just getting turned on, but before I get started, I just want to say thank you to all of our students and families and the teachers that are here tonight to support our teachers and our students. It's great to see so many students out there, and looking forward to having this moment now that we can share some of your accomplishments. So I'd like to first thank Mr. Petretti and the Board of Education for giving Cutchogue East the opportunity to share our students and teachers' impressive achievements this evening. I'm proud to introduce Senorita Charles and Senora Moore to share the work of our talented students who participated in the Long Island Language Teachers Student World Language Competition. Their projects showcase not only language skills, but also cultural insight and personal growth. Please come up to the podium, Senorita Charles and Senora Moore.
Thank you, Ms. Brennan, Mr. Petretti, for you guys for allowing us to have this time. And thank you to all the families and the Girl Scouts for doing this work with the kids. They did compete against any kids in Long Island. Some were in FLES programs like us, but some could have been in dual language schools where 50% of their instruction is in Spanish. So the fact that we got placed here is actually a really big deal. And I thank them for it because this isn't something that we did, it's something that the kids chose to do. We have Gabriella Opiso, first place. So Gabby wrote her own original poem in Spanish. Gabby. We have Manuel Gomez Martinez. He placed first place for our native category. He wrote his own essay. We have Daisy Troop 1474, Lillian Connolly. Lily. Amelia Dantes. Millie. Millie. Gabriela Durang Tumbar. Ella Eschbach. Adeline Galgano. Thea Stetler. Oh, okay, gracias. Y Ellis Warner. Yep, so these are all of our first place winners. You guys did awesome, and we're so proud of you. Good job. Sorry guys, if the first place winners can please come back real quick. We have Yanni Gomez Martinez. He wrote his own essay and placed second place. We have Renato Piso. She wrote her own essay as well and placed second place. Ariana Ramirez made her own poem and got second place in the native category. So we have Dennis Giron, Allison Pinto, and Liam Walters that did this dance, and they did actually such a great job. This was the one submission that was done in class, but Senor Amor was so proud of them that we went ahead and submitted it. So this was the only one that wasn't done at home because we were just so proud of them that we felt the need to submit it. Okay, so we'll have, I don't know. Okay, yeah, you guys did absolutely amazing. Smile, 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 smile. Okay. We have Gage Meehan, wrote his own essay and placed third. Get Gage. We have Martha Escobar Gatica. She made her own poster, and she did not place with Wilt, but she participated and did awesome. We were just as proud as her as everyone else. So she has a certificate presentation. Grady Meehan, original essay, he did awesome. Participation. And Sienna Rosetta. Sienna. Also, just super quick, if we can acknowledge how Sienna Rosetto, Gabby, and Renio Piso have consistently been doing this for years now. So we are very proud that we're still at it, and we hope that you keep joining us in the future.
Okay, Mr. Burke,
Thank you.
student recognition.
Mr. Petretti, while we
Yes.
have a break at the moment, one of the things I've noticed over the couple of years I've been here is that the quality of our staff has been excellent, and that's all because the quality of our administration has been excellent. And I commend you and your staff, Sean, for the job that you are all doing, and picking the best teachers and staff that we can find. So I thank you.
Thank you, Doug, and like I said, the teachers being granted tenure, this evening, I say, we always use the term granted. They've really earned it because the standards here are incredibly high. It's not an easy thing to do, and I know that they've been under a lot of pressure. I know their families have probably watched them, under some pressure, so it is a celebration for them. And, like the principals have said, we're looking forward to a long-term commitment from them and a lot of good things to come out of this class. That's a big class of teachers, so it's an important night for the district.
Mr. Burke will recognize the valedictorian and the salutatorian.
Good evening. Thank you for your patience. Our valedictorian and salutatorian, I would like to say a personal few words before I read some of their accolades. These are students that are involved in everything. Every time I turn the corner, no matter what the school event is, not only are they active participants, but they are leaders in everything that they do. I am grateful from day one that I have had personal conversations and interactions with them that have been impressive, that every time there was an opportunity or something that was coming forward or something that needed to be addressed, things were discussed with me in a way that I was just so beyond impressed with who these individuals are. I'm fortunate that I get to see, even though it's only been a year, some growth and progression in who they are as individuals, but their academics and their accomplishments speak volumes. Our valedictorian is, if you don't know, it is Colin Fitzgerald. He declared recently he will be attending Dartmouth College, and his major will be economics. Colin has distinguished himself through both academic and extracurricular excellence. He has served as the vice president of our National Honor Society, and he held several other leadership roles, including the president of DECA Club and Interact Club, co-president of Mock Trial, class president, and petty officer first class in the NJROTC. He also competed in the mathletes team, participated in Eagle Scouts, and was dedicated member of both cross country and our lacrosse teams. Again, Colin is going to pursue his degree in economics, and he will be attending Dartmouth College. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present Colin Fitzgerald. I've asked Colin to say a few words.
Well played, Mr. Burke.
Thank you, everyone. I'm kind of being put on the spot right now, so bear with me. It's been a pleasure to be an active participant of this school community. I've enjoyed my time at Mattituck. I've made many meaningful connections with both my classmates as well as my teachers. I'd like to thank all of our faculty, our staff, our administrators, Mr. Burke for stepping in as his first year, who have really made this experience such a positive one. I'd also like to thank all of the other people in the community who really help out with the school. And then most of all, I'd like to thank my family for the sacrifices that they've made and the help that I've received from them in getting through high school and the college application process and all of that. So I'm really excited to be up here and to be honored tonight. It's extremely humbling, and thank you so much.
Our salutatorian, I had the privilege to meet over the summer, and then in September. Interactions with her have been absolutely wonderful for me. I'm really going to cherish, the remaining time that we have. I really look forward to hearing about all of her accomplishments. I'm very, very proud of her for many reasons. Georgia Buckley will be attending the University of Virginia, where she will be majoring in biology and pre-med. As the salutatorian, Georgia has also demonstrated remarkable leadership and talent. She serves on the executive board of our National Honor Society. She is president of both National Art Honor Society and the Art Portfolio Club, and is an active member of the Botany Club. A standout athlete, Georgia is the captain of both varsity cross country and varsity spring track teams and manages the girls varsity basketball team. She was selected to participate in the prestigious American Legion Auxiliary Empire Girls State. Georgia has committed to the University of Virginia, where she plans to study biology on a pre-med track. The Mattituck-Cutchogue School community congratulates Georgia, as well as Colin, on their exceptional accomplishments, and we wish them continued success. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Georgia Buckley. I know she's not going to forgive me for asking her to speak.
I'm gonna have to hold myself back from making a Footloose reference, but I do want to thank my community. I grew up with ADHD and was in inclusive classes my whole life, and really, for the majority of my life, I never could really see myself thriving in academics. And I think that kind of shows how much the school community supports and brings up people, even if, you know, on paper it might look like there's not going to be a shot. For a while in elementary school, it was really suggested for me to be brought down a grade because I really did struggle academically. I couldn't focus in school. But the community of teachers we have between Cutchogue and Mattituck has made a tremendous impact on me. My confidence, really taking time to try to pull out my abilities, teaching me different ways of learning and honing in on different skills of studying. And I really I'm so thankful for all the people that have spent so much time with me throughout my life just to bring me to my full ability. And it's with everything that I do that I thank the people that brought me here.
Georgia and Colin, we are so very proud of you guys. What a great representation of Mattituck. Good luck to everything you do in the future.
Okay, we're up to the Board of Education Committee reports. Curriculum and Technology, Karen Lottarella.
Okay, thank you. So the Curriculum, Technology, and Health Committee met. We spoke on block scheduling. Here there would be barriers and staffing problems at the junior, senior high school. So although some other middle schools use this model, staffing there is not an issue. We did evaluate, or teachers evaluated a new Spanish textbook. The department piloted more than 3 textbooks over the last year and chose the Reportoras program for its favorable textbook, digital access, and resources. Students taking Spanish 3 through 5 next school year will be able to receive college credit through Stony Brook's Accelerated College Education Program. Professional development survey for summer in-service course were proposed. A survey was sent to staff to gather information about professional development requests. The survey revealed that staff are interested in professional development for ELL methods, retention math, spelling rules, thinking maps, students with disabilities, and AI. Some classes at the high school will be redeveloped, and there are no new courses planned. At Cutchogue East, the in-service courses, especially those given by our teachers on staff, have been valuable because they offer follow-up opportunities, collaborations, and connections. The AP exams were all held online. The AP capstone presentations were highly successful and impressive. The 3rd through 8th grade assessments, the stage 2 of the online assessments, were successful with extremely low opt-out requests and without any technology issues. The East End Mental Health Consortium, Alana Finnegan and Kelly Oraro, attended this event with Shelter Island, Greenport, and Southold school districts. The association's purpose is to help districts increase mental health resources and staffing. Districts were asked to write letters in support of funding, which has been lost. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Audit and Finance, Mr. Connolly.
Thank you. The Audit and Finance Committee met earlier today. We reviewed the claims report. There were no issues found, so the staff continues to do a great job. We also reviewed a request for proposal for our external auditors. This is a routine bid. Every 5 years we put it out. Naraki Smith was the best proposal, so you'll see that in resolutions, item B on the agenda tonight. And then we also reviewed the budget transfers that are on the agenda. So I'll actually ask Charlie if you could go over some of the bigger items on there for you.
Sure. Both of these budget transfers are cost neutral, meaning that there is no increase or decrease to the budget in any area. It's just a movement of funds from one area to the other. Couple of the areas that we looked at is we have movement from teacher salary code to a librarian code to cover the cost of our librarian at the high school. There also was an increase in substitute salaries for special education because we had some long-term substitute situations that we had, so the money has to be moved to the proper code. There was an increase in our chaperoning co-curricular activities, and the other budget code, the other budget transfer that we have is to look at some of the projects that I referred to earlier on with that lighting project and shade project that we had. We ended up moving monies in codes to end up making the purchases this year. It also includes a railing that we're looking to put in our auditorium right here on the walls to make it very easy for some of the people who might walk like I do with a limp to get down a little bit easier with assistance. And then also we were looking at we have lead testing that we're supposed to do every so many years. We're looking to do that earlier in June, so there's not a backup of the different school districts looking for these companies to come out.
All right, that covers everything, so
Thank you.
back to you, Pat.
Okay, negotiation personnel, that's me. Mr. Petretti has already mentioned that we've selected student school board representation. The board is excited to welcome our students. And we had 6 applicants, and we have a 10th and 11th grader to serve half year each, like Mr. Petretti mentioned, and we have a 3rd student in case we need one. A teacher aide, this is just a definition because on the agenda there's a teacher aide that we're hiring. A teacher aide will be starting next week for 5 hours a day for the rest of the school year. The difference between a teacher aide and a teacher assistant is a teacher aide involves non-instructional support for students and teachers. And then we just have a couple of postings. There's a special education English teacher and there's a music teacher. Now I need policy, legislature, and community relations.
So we have on the agenda tonight that we have a second reading and an adoption of our policy 2300. And that's a new Board of Ed membership policy.
Okay. Okay, we're on to new business. Thank you, Lorraine. We're on to new business. I need a motion for personnel items A through V.
I make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Yep.
Yep.
I need a motion for resolution items A through K.
I make a motion.
I need a second.
Yep.
Any discussion? Now we're up to audience communication. Anybody have anything they want to say? You can come up to the podium and speak your piece. If not, I need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
I need a second.
A second.
All in favor?
Yep.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.